everyone, Brett here, Lionheart84, and I'm doing a quick Sunday walk today. Haven't done any recently due to weather on Sundays or busy doing other things, so I just thought I'd do a quick update on the loquat trees at Westfield. When I last saw them a couple of weeks ago, they had fruits on them. Now they're completely stripped of fruits. There's a couple of dried out ones at the top. I think it's a fair bet they're within reach of people. Let's have a look at the ones over here. I'd say it's a fair bet that the fruits have been taken by people who know what they are. A lot of Eastern European people and Orientals and probably Indians will be well aware of what loquats are, and they've obviously picked the right fruits. So I never got a chance to try one off the tree myself, but I don't really think it's appropriate to climb up and damage trees and pick fruits on them. They literally haven't got single fruits on them, so unless they've been picked off by the contractors to stop them dropping on the floor and being slippery, they've helped themselves to them. Interestingly, behind here, this very unhealthy looking apple tree. It's completely defoliated for whatever reason. I think it's an apple tree. It's got apples on it and absolutely no leaves at all. So I think that's got perhaps a serious either waterlogged or no water, because we haven't had much rain recently, although we've had heavy rain the last couple of days. Anyway, I just sort of feature those quickly for people interested. No fruits left on them at all. The only way you're going to get loquats over here is probably to grow your own. But if I see anything interesting out today while I'm walking, I'll obviously feature it in the next part of the video. Well, this is fascinating. I've never seen this before. This is at Westfield Stratford because it's kind of slightly off the beaten track. It says, welcome to the hothouse. I'll just focus on that for a minute, so if you want you can pause it and read what it says. I'm not going to read it all through myself, but I can look at it later. And there's some kind of biodome dome they've constructed here. It's padlocks, you can't go inside, but it's definitely got bananas in it, which have obviously grown up to the roof already, so that's going to be a problem. I don't know what the other plants are in there, I'm not too sure. They've got, some of them have got look like labels on them. Looks like they're suffering against the sides already, whatever they are. The trouble with these biodomes is probably not being maintained by anybody, which means the plants grow too big, grow against the plastic or grass. Let's walk around the other end, and then they get out of control. It's got a citrus of some sort in there. Quite a large pot it's in as well. Definitely look like citrus flowers. They don't have labelling on them. They've got, I think that byline on it is probably probably some kind of green organic pest treatment. And interesting enough, behind it, oh wow, don't know if you can see, if I can zoom in at all. There's another citrus behind that, a large one, which is in the ground, and it's actually got fruits on it, like grapefruits to me, and they're substantial size as well. And above it also is an avocado. I recognise the leaves. That'll be a seed grown one. Quite a substantial size tree. You wouldn't get a better view of the citrus from here. Definitely look like grapefruits to me. I mean, it could be pomelos, but I think most likely it's a grapefruit of some sort. But the avocado looks like it's got about a 4-inch thick trunk at the bottom, and it's growing up to the sides and over the top. So perhaps we'll be getting Westfield avocados soon. In fact, over to the right looks like another, I'd say, huge citrus tree as well. It's probably too hot in here because it's probably got heating running all the time, as it's called a hothouse. But nevertheless, the citrus seems to be very healthy, so it's very interesting to see. And that's at Westfield Stratford. Should you be in the area and want to come and have a look. But I mean, the bananas are right up to the roof. at both ends of the dome, so I don't know what they're going to do about those because they're not likely to fruit here, but they might do. Anyway, updates still on that to come in the future. On with the walk. So I'm just walking through part of the Queen Elizabeth Park now, here at Stratford, just past Westfield, and I've got to say these borders look absolutely incredible. They've really taken off. I suppose the cool July has probably helped them, and we have had some rain in the last week, although I'm guessing they're well irrigated anyway. Plenty of interesting colourful flowering border plants here. Well established already, the steel biz, I think. Maybe not. I'm not an expert on border plants. But they do seem to be quite well tended here, which is nice. On with the walk. So I thought I'd do a quick update on the little miniature fruit grove in the Queen Elizabeth Park here. Whatever this apple tree is, it has got apples on it. Unfortunately, they haven't bothered to tie this kiwi properly wire it to the post. You can see the wire's snapped. They just put one tiny little wire around it, and the plant's now fallen over. So hopefully someone will come along and attend to that at some stage. See if there's any fruit on any other trees. Some of these spaliers or spaliers have got a few fruits on. I'm just wondering if they're suffering a little bit from lack of water, because there's a lot of fruit drop here on the ground. It's quite a decent size apple there. Might be the trees are a little bit dehydrated. There are some fruits on these, but they look quite stunted, as do the trees. I'm looking at these leaves, they look very dried. They're very, very dry, these leaves. I think these plants definitely aren't getting enough water here. Have a quick look round. The in-ground ones have got more chance of getting their roots down. I mean, they're all in ground, but these are down, planted deeper, so they're going to get more water down to them. This one here hasn't got any fruits on it, but the leaves look more like a pear to me. I don't think it'd be an apricot, but there's no fruits on it that I can see. I said most of the espaliers have had a handful of fruits on them. I remember they flower when I walked past here in the spring. This kiwi seems to be doing much better. It's actually climbing along wires they've put in now. No signs of any fruit on any of the kiwi vines. They had some flower buds on them, I remember. I'm wondering if they've bought all male or all female plants, not knowing that you need male and female unless you've got something like Jenny, which is self-fertile. Again, there's another pear or potentially apricot there, I think. No fruits on it at all. It's not easy to recognise fruit trees from just looking at them. A few apples on that tree. Again, a few, frankly, very diseased apples on this. Looks like mildew or scab on them, because they won't be getting any spray treatment here, so it's unlikely there'll be any world disease. Unlikely they'll see any fruits on these this year, but at least they've made the effort to try and plant some interesting little fruit trees around for people to look at. Suffering from lack of water from the looks of this kiwi. Scorch. Again, no leaves, no fruits. Anyway, look at this cheeky squirrel stealing food from inside the bin from the looks of things. Don't know what's interesting him in there. There's plenty of food on the trees around here for him. I'll get round the other side and surprise him. What a cheek. Oh, off he goes. Anyway, I'll leave him to his food stealing and carry on walking. 10-second stop to look at these beautiful blue, this little bed of blue flowering plants they've got here. The bees love these ones, loads of bumblebees on them. Obviously a great pollinator. Very eye-catching. Kids' playground there. Heritage tree walk. I'm going to walk around that zone today. Not really doing a video on trees. Plenty of coffee shops here for people interested in Victoria Park. I think that's probably a Achillea. On with the walk. So, walking through a different part of Victoria Park today. Never looked at this building close up, or this structure I should say, it's not a building. I'm not sure exactly what it's for. These pools operate as a fountain, I would imagine. Let's see what it says. The Burdett Coutts Memorial Drinking Fountain. I'll hold on there for a second in focus. So you can pause it and read it if you want to. Interesting. It'd be nice if it was working as a fountain. Fabulous structure. Okay, on with the walk. Quick look at the sunken garden here, they call it, where it drops down. Just summer bedding in it, but the main reason it interested me is it's got 6 Trachycarpus palms in a row here. Very healthy. It's quite sheltered in the park anyway. With the walk. I'm sure I've covered this before, but every Sunday they have a food market here where you can buy fresh foods to eat off the stall, take home, sausages and burgers, organic milk products, probably organic fruits, nice range of tomatoes there.
Maybe he's having it before.
See if we've got anything unusual. Fresh figs. Not fresh figs, it'd be imported figs. Not that I want to carry any around with me today.
Ooh, we've got cherries as well.
And they've even got oysters here, which I probably won't bother having today. Some fresh seafood.
If you've got an event where you think,
Great range of stuff here. Organic olive oils, fresh cheeses, handmade, some nice fresh vegetable products. All organic, it says on the stalls, which is nice.
Yeah, we've got strawberry.
We have
Plain.
kombucha, cakes to the less healthy amongst us. More lovely cheeses. Great range of fresh produce here if you want to come along and come to Victoria Park and have a look. Bone broth. Sounds interesting. There's cakes. Wild mushroom chilli. Tuscany foods. Rolls and quiches, more cheeses and salamis. Biltong if you like the South African chewy meats. Fresh breads. I'm not in the shopping modes today because I don't want to be carrying stuff on my walk. Nevertheless, there's plenty available. Natural wines. And as you carry on past that part where all the foods are, and you walk round to here, this is the row where all the food stalls are. Hoshi. Good range of stuff here, Venezuelan, Filipino street food grill. Kati rolls from Calcutta in India. Duck burgers, very unusual. As you can see, popular with people here. Eastern Mediterranean street food, Malaysian street food, bao buns if you like your Chinese steamed buns. I think it's steamed. Afghan street food. Really is quite a nice range here for people who want to try different things. Traditional steak grill if you're a bit of a carnivore like I am. Well, they look like a feast. What else have we got? Nepalese street food, that's really unusual. Paella, if you enjoy seafood, and they've also got vegan options there for people who are vegans. Pakistani street eats. You could spend an afternoon eating here if you were hungry. The meat and bread stall. Wood-fired pizza. Hopefully if you're in London on a Sunday, it might interest you to come along here. Souvlaki, so that's Greek. Chubby dumpling. I hope that's related to the food and not the people serving it. Finally, at the end of the row, popular is the crepe. It's the crepe or pancake stall. Wonderful. So it's made me feel hungry, but I'm not going to stop yet because it's only 1:45 when I'm filming this, and I'd like to carry on walking quite a way before I have my stop for some lunch somewhere. So I'm on with the walk. It's not all cultivated fruit here. Plenty of wild stuff if you're hungry. Blackberries just starting to ripen actually. actually. Really heavy crop this year for whatever reason. Good size for wild ones as well, but they're not quite ready yet. Will be soon. Anyway, on with the walk. So I'm having a quick walk through the market by London Fields today. I think they call it Broadway Market. Another place with loads of food stalls. Pancakes. Fresh oysters here if you want them. Grilled pitters, bagels, salt beef bagels. It's making me hungry walking up here. Artwork, if you want artwork, not all food.
Oh yeah, there.
Plant stalls, we've got some house plants. African street food. Not sure what we're eating at. Eggs galore for the sweet tooth. Plenty of places to eat along here. Bella Vita, it's Italian. One o'clock, I suppose I could stop and eat something.
Oh, you think it's perfect?
Oh, I think it's whatever one.
I guess I'll just carry on walking. For the moment, don't need to eat yet. Whoops. Ooh.
You want to hold your hand?
Lots to see and do here. Using coconut curry, churro club, fresh cheeses. Perhaps I'll come here on the way back. Lovely looking cheesecakes. I could come back here and theoretically come back here, get some cheeses and then jump on the train maybe. Weather's turned nice now. It's sheltered here so it's nice and warm. Fresh fruit juices, fresh coconut there. Very nice. Yeah, the weather's turned really nice now. It smells fabulous around here. Okay, back to my walk. Well, thought I'd walk back along the canal and I've got the answer to my question. Although the leaves are quite unusual, this is just a Cyrulia of some form because there are the flowers on it. I'm just surprised because the leaves are quite unusual clone. Much finer, thinner than normally. In fact, they're actually, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lobed instead of 5 lobes. So it's obviously a sport of the normal Cyrulia. But there's no mistake in the flowers. Plenty of buds coming on it. So it's worth coming back at the right time to see what it was. On with the walk. So they've got some monkshood flowering along the side of the canal here. Canthus.
Why?
Not one to add to your edible list. Extremely poisonous. Not sure if it's all the parts of the plant or the berries, but definitely don't want to be considered eating any of it. But they are very attractive. Probably best not grown in a garden with lots of children around unless you keep them well away from them. On with the walk. There's a fig here growing beside the canal. Can't see any fruits on it. What would interest me is it's definitely not a brown turkey. It's not a brown turkey leaf in any shape or form, but there's no way of knowing what it is. I think it's growing over the garden wall from the garden behind, so they've probably planted another variety. Leaves are mostly predominantly trilobed with just a couple of smaller lobes at the back. Anyway, interesting. Don't know what it is. Let's carry on with the walk. Just stopped to look at another fig by the towpath here. Quite finely cut, the leaves. Don't really look like traditional brown turkey. Some of them are even that's 5-lobed.
You know what I mean?
Doesn't look like a brown turkey at all. It's got main crop figs developing on it. Might get a better idea later in the year. They almost look as if they're striped, but I don't think so. It's probably just discoloration because of the poor soil here. Some slightly larger main crop ones there. They do seem to have a slight lining on them, interestingly, but I'd be very surprised if it's a striped fig. I'll have a look at the leaves on my striped one at home just to see, but it's a good sized plant. Looks like it's going to produce some fruits this year for anybody who's lucky enough to be in the area at the right time. Anyway, on with the walk. It's just walking along here, running into people all the time. It's like a bamboo along the side of the wall. We'll be here. Coming back up to the passion flower now. And the flowers at the other end of it as well.
So that they can play on the beach. Well, that's it. But I think that's what
Okay, on with my walk. Wow, the scent's intoxicating on this part of the towpath. Huge numbers of buddleias in flower. Sadly, no butterflies. We don't see many of those in central London nowadays. Although on a warm day there'd probably be more bees around, but the smell's fabulous. I do love these butterfly bushes or buddleias. Back to the walk. Now, this is just for anybody who thinks that I have my walks and don't always stop and treat myself to some refreshments. I finished the walk. I'm going to go home by train. And this is my Figo pizza, which looks absolutely amazing. A lovely cold beer. I'm actually eating at the market. It's a perfect place to watch people go past. Bon appetit, everybody. Thanks for watching the video. Much appreciate it. You're welcome to give me a thumbs up. Sorry if I've made you feel hungry. I'll catch up with you in the next video. Out for now.